Hi, I'm Jordan.
And I'm JB.
And this... Wait.
On. Today,
It's so,
okay.
It's so... No. It's so hard to tell each other apart. Boys and girls, on today's very special episode of Toolin Around, we're actually going to be talking about a lot of commonly used phrases and words.
Vernacular.
In the shop, colloquialisms, if you will, slang, in order to have you, our listening audience, know exactly what we're talking about. Hopefully.
Sometimes we know what we're talking about.
Sometimes we don't. And so we're gonna cobble together, if you will, a bunch of phraseologies that we use around the shop.
Super secret technical terms. They're official.
Janky. So this right here would be considered a janky screw.
It is jank.
It is not straight, it is not parallel, it is in no way, shape, or form really easily usable. This would be known as janky. You can see this from a screw all the way to a set. A set can be considered to be quite janky because it's not any of the properties that you'd be looking for.
Sometimes it's because it's held together with just one janky screw.
This also brings us to another technical term that is called cattywampus, which is basically another term for janky. It's just far more catastrophic in what you're looking for, because again, it's not level, it's not parallel, it's not plumb.
A perfect example. That frame is cattywampus. I can't close the door because it ain't square.
We come across that all the time in terms of apertures that are not closing properly. An aperture, by the way, is the inner plane of a door frame in which a door would fit into. That's what's known as an aperture. It's basically an opening that you can walk through. We enter our lives through an aperture. Actually, I'm going to ignore that whole analogy.
Let's not go down that road.
Terms up onto the board. Tech.
Call time.
Lighting.
House.
Vertical.
Horizontal.
Property.
Prop.
Rail.
Strip.
Landscape.
Screw.
Scrap.
You scrap first.
Flats.
Cattywampus.
Cogents.
Push.
Powers.
Horsepower. Horsepower Jedi. Duh.
Lowered expectations. Railing is when you are, as an electrician, gets a large current through your body and potentially kills you.
Protractor.
Protractor is a way to figure out if an angle is actually going to be correct for a certain project. Because right here you have all the different variety of angles that you can get, from acute to obtuse.
Flashbacks to 7th grade.
So acute is a smaller kind of angle, and that would be, this would be
below 90.
Anywhere below 90 would be acute, as opposed to what we have on the opposite, which is obtuse.
Stop being obtuse.
A sandbag. When you go to bag something, you're not actually going to put a bag over something. You're going to use a sandbag to put down to make sure that something doesn't blow over, like, say, a green screen. You know,
or a flat.
Right, because nothing is more sad than when a flat smashes on the ground or someone forgets to turn their phone off.
Whatever do you mean?
Hit it with your purse. Describe somebody who is using a sledgehammer and they're just kind of, in terms of hit it with your purse, that's supposed to motivate the individual, because what the image that springs to mind is an old lady, the one with a bonnet on her head, curly white hair. So hitting with your purse is literally... And that's even really light, but I don't want to break the table.
Work tables.
Terms up onto the board.
Drone Dry Erase Edition.
strap it, get your mind out of the gutter, because we're talking about actually putting something down, either a zip tie or a metal cleat, something like that, in order to make sure that something doesn't move, because it's moving around, so you strap it down.
If you're on site, it's going to be something like the zip tie, the metal cleat. If you're transporting to site or from site, you would be putting a ratchet strap, which is basically a nylon web with a hook, and you can adjust the tightness of it so that way it's not going to fall over in the truck or blow out of the truck. Wheels versus casters. Anytime we're putting a wagon on set, something that's moving around, technically, yeah, we're putting it on wheels. However, what we're doing is we're putting it on casters, because specifically a caster is going to be rated to take the weight of a platform, the people standing on top of it, being able to move while people are on it, being able to move quickly. There's smart casters and dumb casters. This is grab a dumb caster.
Would be the example of a dumb caster. Now, we're not trying to say that anybody with the name caster is dumb, but this is a dumb caster. What that means is that it stays in one spot and it moves in one direction.
It is fixed.
It is not going to be moving once you've bolted in through the bolt holes in the top. The other type of caster is a smart caster, and basically that's the swivel wheel. You'll notice those a lot on office chairs. Those are considered to be smart casters.
Wood stretcher. Now kids,
Find the wood stretcher.
if you get sent to get the wood stretcher, I'm going to let you in on a super duper secret. It doesn't exist.
Neither does Santa Claus, for that matter. Merry Christmas. Ladder.
Caster.
Fixes.
Dumb.
Sine.
Smart.
Cosine.
Tangent.
Check. Mate. Bad check.
Foobar.
Bakaka.
Snafu.
Graph.
Plum.
Primordial.
Ooze.
Snafu. Snafu.
I already did snafu.
Repetition.
Redundancy. Work tables.
So we hope you enjoyed our segment about terms we use around the shop. We hope that you enjoyed it. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button a bunch of times, and if you do it an odd number of times, you'll be subscribed. If you do it an even number of times, you'll be unsubscribed.
So you don't have to subscribe again, but just subscribe.
And let us know in the comments anything, the size of your measuring tape. I usually find that a 25 works just fine, but a 35 foot just gets it done that much better. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully you'll learn something next time. And if you put it down in the comments, maybe we'll teach you what you want to learn.
I'm JB.
And I'm Jordan.
And this is
Toolin Around. And around and around and around we go.
Get level now. I'll race that. We're gonna shellac it up.